The story begins with Carly, Wade, Nick, Paige, Dalton, and Blake were on their way to a football game when they decided to stop and set up camp for the night in a secluded wooded area. As they settled in for the night, a stranger in a pickup truck arrived and parked nearby. Nick, being the protective older brother, smashed one of the truck's headlights before the stranger drove away. The next morning, Wade discovered that his car's fan belt was broken. Fortunately, a local man named Lester offered to drive Wade and Carly to the nearby town of Ambrose while the rest of the group continued on to the game. In Ambrose, Carly and Wade met a man named Bo, who offered to sell them a fan belt and drive them back to their car after he was finished attending a funeral. While waiting for Bo, Carly and Wade decided to visit Trudy's House of Wax, a wax museum that was the central feature of the ghost town. As they toured the museum, they were amazed at the lifelike wax figures on display. However, things took a sinister turn when Bo returned and invited Carly and Wade to his house to get a fan belt. While Carly waited in Bo's truck, Wade went inside to use the bathroom. Unfortunately, Wade was attacked and knocked unconscious by Bo's twin brother Vincent, who wore a wax mask to cover his disfigurement from where they were once conjoined. Carly, noticing Bo's truck had a broken headlight, fled from the scene, chased by Bo, who eventually caught her and took her down to the gas station cellar. Meanwhile, Nick and Dalton arrived in Ambrose to look for Carly and Wade. When Carly attempted to call for help, Bo cut off her fingertip, causing her excruciating pain. However, Nick was able to fend off Bo and free Carly, while Dalton found Wade as part of the museum, trapped in a wax coating. In his attempt to save Wade, Dalton accidentally peeled off his skin, causing him to die from shock. Vincent then ambushed Dalton, slashing off a section of Wade's face and causing him to die as well. Carly and Nick realized that all the wax figures in the museum were actually the wax-coated corpses of visitors. Meanwhile, Vincent killed Blake and chased Paige into an abandoned sugar mill, where he killed her with a metal pipe through her forehead. Bo and Vincent then chased Carly and Nick into the House of Wax, where Nick accidentally started a fire in the workshop, causing the building and the figures inside to start melting. Bo and Nick battled it out, with Nick being stabbed in the leg before Carly beat Bo to death with a baseball bat. Vincent then chased Carly to the top floor, where she tried to reason with him over his brother's treachery. With Nick's help, Carly was able to stab Vincent in the back, causing him to fall through the floor and land on top of Bo's corpse. The next morning, the police arrived and reported that Ambrose had been abandoned for 10 years since the sugar mill shut down. As Nick and Carly were driven away by ambulance, one of the chief officers was told that the Sinclairs didn't have 2 children but 3. The ambulance containing Nick and Carly then passed by Lester, who waved them goodbye while smiling. In the end, the group learned the truth about the sinister wax museum and narrowly escaped with their lives. But the events of that night would haunt them forever, as they realized that evil can lurk in the most unexpected places.